everyone, welcome back. Today we are talking about something that not just important but also empowering, legal rights. Now I know law can sound intimidating. Okay, let's face it, boring. But stick with me because this video is all about your legal rights, your power to stand up for yourself, and it will tell you how the law can say back to you when you need it the most. Imagine this. You're at your workplace doing your best and suddenly you find yourself in an uncomfortable position with your coworker or your boss. Or maybe you have noticed a pay gap between you and your male colleague. Or perhaps you want to start a family and you don't know what maternity benefits you're entitled to. These situations can occur more than we think. And this video will help you to find the difference between feeling stuck and standing tall. In this video, I'll walk you through the most important legal rights for women in India, including workplace harassment protection, equal pay, maternity benefit, domestic violence, and whatnot. Don't worry, I'll break it down simply through real life scenarios and examples so that it will be clear. So let's get into the video. Right again, workplace harassment. Imagine this. You're at your workplace, getting your things done, and suddenly you get inappropriate comments from your coworker or your boss. You feel unsafe, sometimes even uncomfortable. What do? This is where Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace Prevention, Prohibition and Redressal Act of 2013 comes in picture. It's a bit mouthful, but no matter how senior or powerful the person is, has a right to make you feel unsafe or uncomfortable at work. Every workplace with more than 10 employees should have an internal complaints committee (ICC) to handle these harassment complaints. This committee is there for you. So there is no reason you should feel unsafe or uncomfortable at your workplace. Take Priya's story for example. She was a marketing professional and she was getting her things done. Soon she started receiving unwanted messages from her senior colleague. She was anxious about it, but she knew about ICC, Internal Complaints Committee. She filed a complaint in this committee and the committee took the complaint seriously, also took some action against the senior colleague. This helped her protect her dignity and the senior colleague faced the consequences. There are 3 tips for you. The first one is, if you ever feel uncomfortable at your workplace, write down every incident with dates and details. The second tip is, reach out to ICC or HR. They are the ones who handle these complaints. Also, they are legally bounded to handle these complaints confidentially. And the third tip is, and remember, it's not about reporting your harassment. It's about standing up for yourself and working in a safe work environment. So the takeaway here is, you have a law to support you when you feel unsafe at work. If you're ever put in an uncomfortable position at work, the law is there to support you. Speak up, you deserve the respect. Right to equal pay. Next up, let's talk about money. Did you know it's illegal for an employer to pay women less than men for the same work? Yeah, under the Equal Remuneration Act of 1976, it's legally required for employers to pay equal for equal work. Let me share you Reena's story. Reena is an engineer working in a private firm. She discovered that her male colleague is receiving more money than she is doing with the same role and same experience. She worked on her case, prepped all the documents and went to the HR with a clear ask, referencing the Equal Remuneration Act. The employer adjusted her pay, and this was not about money. This was actually her statement that her work was actually valuable as the work of the men was. 3 tips for you. The first one is, document your accomplishments and also keep the track of performance reviews. This can be super helpful when you need to negotiate. The second tip is, if you feel there is some pay gap, do not hesitate to talk it professionally with the HR because they are there to help you. Third one, the key here is confidence. You need confidence because the laws here is to support you. You need to go and speak up for yourself. So remember, fair pay isn't just nice, it's the law. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Maternity benefits. Let's talk about a big one. Balancing a career and a family is hard enough. You shouldn't be worried about you should take time for yourself or for your baby. Thankfully, the Maternity Benefits Act of 2017 is here to protect you. This law entitles women a 26 weeks paid leave. Workplaces of more than 50 employees, they even have to provide childcare facilities. This makes sure that the women do not have to choose between her family and her career. Arti, a school teacher, was expecting her first child, but she didn't want to lose her job. She approached the HR. She knew about maternity benefits, so she also asked for a 26-week paid maternity leave. This time she used for herself and her baby to recover, and when she returned, her job was waiting for her. There are 3 tips for you. The first one is discuss maternity leaves with your HR so you have a clear plan. The second tip is know that this time is yours by the law, so don't fear to take this up. And the third one is remember this is just not about taking time off but also being valued as a professional and a mother. Maternity rights are there to support you, so make sure you get it what you are entitled to. You have earned it. Right against domestic violence. Domestic violence is a difficult topic but it's an important one. In India, the Domestic Violence Act of 2005 protects women from all kinds of abuse: physical, emotional, sexual, even financial. If you are facing abuse or know someone who is, the law helps you to reach out to people and file a complaint. Also, this allows you to take protection in the form of safe housing, financial protection, and safe housing for your children too. Anita faced emotional abuse and felt trapped. She reached out to a local legal aid service and they helped her find her way back to her own life. With a restraining order, she secured a safe housing and then she rebuilt her own life. This shows that Domestic Violence Act gave her a path forward. 3 tips for you. The first one is, if you're in a difficult situation, reach out to a local legal aid service or a trusted friend who can guide you to the resources. The second tip is, know that the law is on your side. You don't have to face the abuse on alone. The third tip is, remember, the law helps you. It's not about your weakness, it's about gaining the control of your own life. The law is there for you and you're not alone. Remember, there are people who can guide you to resources, therefore reach out to people. Right to free legal aid. Legal battles can be intimidating, honestly expensive, but if you're unable to find a legal help, don't worry. The Law Legal Services Authorities Act provides free legal aid to women in need. This means if you're in a difficult situation or facing a legal trouble, you can reach out to any lawyer free of charge. Meera, a single mom, was about to lose her home and she didn't have the ability to afford a lawyer. She reached out to the district's local services authority and they found her a lawyer. The lawyer helped her prep her case, win the case, and she was able to keep her home with also providing for her children. 3 tips for you. The first one is, if you are ever in a situation where you need legal help but you can't afford it, don't hesitate to reach out to the local services authorities. Second, the law is here and it's your right to use. Third, remember, everyone deserves access to the justice. If money is an obstacle, don't let it hold you back. The law is here to support you no matter what. That's it. 5 legal rights that every Indian woman should know. These rights are here to protect us and also help us stand with fairness and respect. The more we know, the more we can stand up for ourselves when we need to. So share this video with your friends and family, or make sure it's reach out to everyone who needs it. Let's make sure every woman in India knows about these rights and can stand up for herself.